Weight for age sprint, a Group 2 sprint worth $200,000. Special Scalacci, Hariba. Our mobs, some stars have won this race, and in recent years
they were followed by Blackheart Bart. He gives Sir Bible 5.5 lengths. Then came Peacock. Mourinho under pressure. Palantino bailed up on the fence. Past the 600 metres mark, and Chetwood now looming up dangerously to Sir Bible. Going the better in a different grade. He took the lead a half length. Malaguerra's 2 lengths away, about to give chase. They've got away from it as written. Blackheart Bart's got it all to do on the corner. Peacock, the 3-year-old, is in front of him. Chetwood in front, but Sir Bible is tough as tungsten. Can you believe it? He's come back and he's hit the lead for the Gouch. Here comes Big Mal. Malaguerra coming with his run. Malaguerra storming up. Blackheart Bart from the back of the field. Malaguerra takes the lead. He's too big. He's too strong. He's powering away. Malaguerra won the Australian Stakes from Blackheart Bart. Sir Bible, the race of his lifetime. Palantino and Eyecatcher from the black.
The Group 1 sprinter wins the Group 2 sprint. It's as simple as that. He was far too good for the Malaguerra. Benny Mellon drew an awkward gate. He came up, he camped on the speed, and he was the horse you wanted to be on 600 metres out, and Benny Mellon let him rip, and
This time, Victorian official price has Catchy as the favourite, $2.25 now at $2.15. Limestone on the drift, $2.60 out to $3.
Head to the favourite, Catchy and Fabrication, 2 lengths away. Arctic Angel and Nick in front, coming around the turn from Pandemonium. Zapoya and Limestone waiting on a run as Catchy peels out 3 wide to make her run. Into the straight now. Arctic Angel, Pandemonium from Zapoya. Catchy trying to run onto the outside, and Limestone trying to get away from the heels of the leader. Still Arctic Angel in front now. Limestone got off the heels to challenge. Catchy starting to wind up now. Here's Catchy after Limestone and Arctic Angel. Catchy and Limestone coming to the lead together. Catchy, Limestone, bob and go. That's a good photo. Catchy, Limestone ahead of Arctic Angel. Rumu's got home.
What a race, what a finish, and it may go the way of Catchy with a bob in right on the line. We'll get there for David Hayes, Ben Hayes, Tom Daveneg, the Lindsay Park operation, and Craig Williams, his first win of the day. She jumped at $2.45. She was on the drift, and $2.30 for Catchy and $1.10. $1.20. Third looks to have gone the way.
Stakes was terrific. I think from that gate will work forward. I'm hoping they do. And just that hockey, but from our last
of the race as they settle down. Blackheart Bart about 6th or 7th out, a bit wide, and Turn Me Loose had the lead. Malaguerra got across quickly to second. Valentino and Jameka a length and a half last at the 800. Turn Me Loose just over a length now. Malaguerra second. Arrod on the rail third, a bit keen. A length further back in the field then Miss Rose Delago. She's moved to 4th around Ecuador, followed then by Blackheart Bart. Awesome Rock and Lucky Hustler a length and a half to Palantino. They're followed by Divine Prophet. Back on the inside, he's our Rocky and Jameka 9 from the leader. Turn Me Loose around the home turn from Malaguerra. Miss Rose Delago. Arrod in behind them with Ecuador, and Blackheart Bart called on for his run ahead of Palantino, and Jameka pull right out wide. Turn Me Loose led in the straight from Malaguerra. Down the outside, Blackheart Bart starting to come, and then Ecuador and Awesome Rock. Turn Me Loose giving something. Blackheart Bart, Rawilla really had to shake him up. Now he really stretches. Blackheart Bart claims a lead late. Blackheart Bart draws away and beat Turn Me Loose. Great photo third. Ecuador's got up on the fence. Jameka flew home late, and Palantino. Just behind them, Awesome Rock, followed behind those then Malaguerra, who weakened, and he's our Rocky.
He could seriously lay claims to being the king of Caulfield, Blackheart Bart. That's his third Group 1 at the track as he takes out the CF4 Stakes. And a brilliant ride by Brad Rawilla for Darren Weir. The 18th Group 1 success of Weary's career, and his 5th for Blackheart Bart, well backed. He got into $3.20 Victorian official price, $2.90 into.
We undersell him. I mean, this horse has won 4 Group 1s from 1,200 metres through to 1,800 metres. He's been runner-up on 5 Group 1s up to 2,000 metres.
And probably 3 or 4 of them he could or should have won, those narrow.
A second in the Stradbroke was outstanding. Second in the Newmarket. I mean, he's probably second only to Winx, you know. Incredible season he's had. It was a stand.
Light Fingers, Group 2 for the 3-year-old fillies. Duff, a tremendous lineup. Looking forward to glamour. That's the The professional hard money there to be 230 here back in distance.
Racing towards the turn, and she's well clear. Global Glamour at the 600 metres. 2.5 clear from Louboutin. Honesty Prevails back in third, followed by Gridlin covering a bit of ground around Samantha. Foxplay the outside, then long time ago. Sprite has cluttered up between runners, looking to get to the outside, and she does so now. Up the rise and Global Glamour. Parr tries to kick away at the 300 metres. She's got a healthy lead at this stage. Gridlin and Foxplay starting to close in. Then Louboutin and Sprite gives away a good start. Honesty Prevails can't win, but Global Glamour in front. Foxplay is running on stoutly. Global Glamour in front of Foxplay, who's wide out surging. Global Glamour, Foxplay. Oh, I'm not sure here. They're very wide apart, Global Glamour and Foxplay. Photo finish, then Foxplay.
We had a great day at Caulfield. Now we can build up to Monday. It should be running at 5:40, so an opportunity for everyone in Sydney to go to work, knock off a little early and go and watch Winx. 5:40, and it'll be covered nationally on 7/2, which is fantastic for half an hour. Special all about Winx. There's
Chris Waller, the train, and count up on board. Winx heading for 14 straight today.
Return of Winx today, and the starter says go. They're racing. She wasn't great out of the gates, Winx. She's going to settle well back in the second half of the field, and Shiraz jumped well. So which is Shiraz today by a length on Libaz in second. Then Endless Drama around Dibiani. Deeper out Lasquetti, Spirit and Winx is just behind them. One off the fence around Ambience. Two further back to Hartnell. Then Sacred Master Preferment, Magic Hurricane, and Libran is the last one inside the 600 metres. Shiraz a length clear from Libaz. Then Endless Drama the outside. Dibiani poking just behind them. Bowman starting to negotiate a way to the outside on Winx, and she's into the daylight now. Endless Drama moves up to Shiraz, but she just ambles up on the outside of Winx. Hartnell's 3 lengths away, but away goes Winx. Put paid to Endless Drama. Hartnell's running on, looking for second again, but here's 14 for the equine queen of the world, Winx. Great first up performance. She wins it by 2.5 to Hartnell. They side on Winx, and she's into the daylight now. Endless Drama moves up to Shiraz, but she just ambles up on the outside of Winx. Hartnell's 3 lengths away, but away goes Winx. Put paid to Endless Drama. Hartnell's running on, looking for second again, but here's 14 for the equine queen of the world, Winx. Great first up performance. She wins it by 2.5 to Hartnell. They panel the rest. The Irish import, Endless Drama, third, a distant one at that.
Always the hardest race, the first race back. So
to promote Winx and promote her and open her up to an audience, and I was surprised how well she went there first time. I was expecting her to win, but she destroyed them.
Hartnell ran through the roof as well, and you know, sometimes you need to see them again to be reminded again of just how good they are, because even in the... I'm now convinced that she's the best horse I've ever seen. Not necessarily internationally with Frankel in mind, but she's the best Australasian horse I've ever seen.
She's better than Black Caviar.
Yep. Oh, she's more rounded.
She's more versatile.
Yeah, she deserves a slightly higher place.
She's better than Mackay.
Backed at $9.50, touched $9, but back there now, and at $10 for Heatherly. Terravista is now a big drifter, but Flying Artie best backed, but...
Racing. And Flying Artie looked to be a little bit slow to move. Heatherly jumped well. Start horse. Terravista's in behind them with Spieth, and counter-attackers last. So they come down to the 500 metres, and Heatherly shows the way. On her outside is Illustrious Lad. Star Turn and Flamberge close up near the inside rail. Ahead of Flying Artie in traffic at the moment. Sapedo keeping him pocketed with Terravista. And then came Spieth as they came towards the 200 metres now. Star Turn and Flamberge went up to Heatherly and Illustrious Lad. No run at all for Flying Artie. Star Turn and Flamberge. Spieth getting up behind them, finishing well. It's Star Turn in front. Spieth going for a dive with Flamberge, and Terravista flew home. Terravista flew home with Spieth. A photo finish, maybe maybe Terravista. Photo keeping him pocketed with Terravista, and then came Spieth as they came towards the 200 metres now. Star Turn and Flambers went up to Heatherly and Illustrious Lad. No run at all for Flying Artie. Star Turn and Flambers. Spieth getting up behind them, finishing well. It's Star Turn in front. Spieth going for a dive with Flambers, and Terravista flew home. Terravista flew home with Spieth. A photo finish, maybe Terravista. Photo finish there. Start Turn and Flambers close up the minors from Illustrious Lad Heatherly. It's a hard luck tale for Flying Artie. He never got out. And then came Counter Attack and Sapedo.
A race of drama, pre-race, through the race and right on the line. Terravista's going to get there. Terravista will win the Black Caviar Lightning Stakes narrowly over Spieth. Star Turn will grab third.
Stakes narrowly over. What a race, Gator.
It was just that. Gee, it changed late, didn't it, to Star Turn? It looked like he was home, and then the older seasoned horses have launched late.
Rosehill Gardens, race 5, the Tab Silver Slipper Stakes over 1,100 metres, and She Will Reign, the short price favourite at $1.40, will get to her.
The 1,100 metre dash is underway, and She Will Reign has missed the start. The favourite is back last, She Will Reign, and Mr. Khan. Who would have forecast this? The hot favourites last, She Will Reign. Mystic Empire leads. Veronillo's pretty keen up in second, and the pace is pretty good. 2 further back to Showtime, Lucky Louie. 2 further back to Light, She Will Reign's hunting through on the fence, and Khan is back last with it. Coming to the turn, Mystic Empire leads by a half on Veronillo. Showtime third from Lucky Louie. She Will Reign is hunting through on the inside, and she's pecking up ground very, very quickly. Mystic Empire from Veronillo. She Will Reign, though, moves up on the inside to join the leaders. Then Showtime and Khan from further back. The $20,000 filly. She Will Reign heads off Veronillo. Khan's not in the race. She Will Reign 100 metres to run, showing no signs of stopping. It didn't exactly go to script, but bang, what a win that was. She Will Reign beats Veronillo. Showtime third. Good margin back to Lucky Louie. Mystic Empire, Khan and Lights. The whole race got the crowd right on the edge of their seats, and she's done it.
Well, they were out of their seats down here. They were standing and cheering, and the circumstances has made that win all the better and all the more sweeter. And now we know she can do it up in front, and she can do it from last. Look at that.
Wow. Yeah, look, it was heart in your mouth stuff there for a long time.
Cool, calm, collected. She's just a blessing to us. And I've got to thank the Derby boys for considering me to train the horse.
To the Golden Slipper, though, I see the TAB reacted quickly. $3 favourite with how many weeks to go? That's... If Brenton of Dulles said something interesting after, he said, well, she wouldn't want to do that in the Golden Slipper.
That's right. You can't afford to make
and run into 13 Ferraris in front of her.
But there's no doubting her talent. There's the market. 350 is very, very short, considering what can happen with barrier draws and whatnot between just getting...
The Golden Slipper, well, she's short now. She's getting right into $3. I think they reacted and made a $5 and then back into $3 shortly after. So it's...
Futurity Stakes over 1,400 metres at Caulfield, and Black Heart Bart. One of the great stories of Australian racing is the dominant favourite. Victorian official price at $1.
Rocking. Ecuador's been dictating it a bit mid-term. 600 to go. Led by Neck. Attention second. Turn Me Loose 2 lengths away from Toes and Stardom. 1.5 to Black Heart Bart. 4 off the leader. Followed he's our Rocky Palantino, Lucky Hustler, and Fast and Rocking. So Ecuador coming around the turn. Attention right there with him. Then Turn Me Loose. Rawilla's pulled out on the Black Heart Bart on the yellow sleeves now. Toes and Stardom not far away as well. Attention took Ecuador at the 200. Black Heart Bart starting to wind up, but Toes and Stardom's coming with him. Toes and Stardom in the middle moved up and took the lead. Black Heart Bart has to lift. Toes and Stardom just in front. Black Heart diving. Oh, gee, that's close. Toes and Stardom, Black Heart Bart in a photo from Ecuador. Attention stayed on well, then Lucky Hustler, followed by...
The tote. He'll narrowly defeat Toss and Stardom. A terrific first. Blew the gates, set the tempo, and has been swallowed up late by 2 class horses. And fourth...
Just the luck. 5 Group 1s is unbelievable horse.
He's 4 from 4 here over the
420, and now an equal favourite with Catchy, which has just firmed up the last couple of minutes, and they get both into that $4.20, which is...
Ladbrokes Blue Diamond Stakes, 1,200 metres for the 2-year-olds, worth $1.5 million in prize money. Victorian official price.
They're followed by Will's Bit. Catchy a long way back in the field with Taking Aim, Aspect and Sheer Madness. Wait for No One led for Melody at the 600. 600 metres. Pariah poised on the outside, followed Marahibin Property the rail. Then came Remuse Tulip about 4 lengths away from the lead at the most, making ground, followed then by Will's Bit round the outside. Blondie dropping out and Catchy about 5 lengths to make up from South Sow. Into the straight and Property trying for an inside run. Pariah came wide. They go to the lead from Formality. Wait for no one at the 200 and Property a narrow leader. Pariah coming after it. Pariah raced up. Formality's trying to go with it. Catchy leaving it late but starting to fly home. Pariah the leader. Catchy starting to flash home. Pariah in front. Catchy got him. Catchy the great filly has got up and beaten Pariah. Formality. Wait for no one at the 200 and Property a narrow leader. Pariah coming after it. Pariah raced up. Formality's trying to go with it. Catchy leaving it late but starting to fly home. Pariah the leader. Catchy starting to flash home. Pariah in front. Catchy got him. Catchy the great filly has got up and beaten Pariah. Formality's run third. Tulip next over. They're followed behind those to finish by Property, who weakened late. Wait, one of the great finishes of the Blue Diamond, and Catchy's come from a minute back to win.
What an extraordinary filly she is. 4 starts, 4 wins. She gives David Hayes his 6th success in the Ladbrokes Blue Diamond Stakes, sharing it in partnership with his son David, his nephew Tom. An extraordinary performance. She gives David Hayes his 6th success in the Ladbrokes Blue Diamond Stakes, sharing it in partnership with his son David, his nephew Tom. An extraordinary.
I thought he was all over a winner here, Pariah, when he looms up, and you know Blake's still got something left in the tank here, and the filly's got work to do, Catchy. And I think he's going to hold on here. Although he's done a little bit tough, the pressure wasn't extreme. And look at her. Look, nothing else is finishing from the back. She's no doubt a very. She might be another Miss Finland. I've heard
It's not a case of for the Group 1 Chipping Norton Stakes, and there she is. Rain, hail or shine. Winx makes a stunning number 9. Winx on track $1.10. Bookies drifting her out to $1.20. The call has been 110, 116, 182. Hartnell's a $6.50 chance.
There's the market for the Apollo Stakes. I mean, she just wins. It's a good 4 track.
The trainer, and out up on board. Winx heading for 14 straight today. Well,
England, and we're all set now. This is it, the return of Winx today, and the starter says go, they're racing. She wasn't great out of the gates, Winx. She's going to settle well back in the second half of the field, and Shiraz jumped well. So, which is Shiraz today, by a length on Libaz in second. Then Endless Drama around Dibiani, deeper out Lasquetti, Spirit and Winx is just behind them, 1 off the fence around Ambience. 2 further back to Hartnell, then Sacred Master Preferment, Magic Hurricane, and Libran is the last one inside the 600 metres. Shiraz a length clear from Libaz, then Endless Drama the outside. Dibiani poking just behind them. Bowman starting to negotiate a way to the outside on Winx, and she's into the daylight now. Endless Drama moves up to Shiraz, but she just ambles up on the outside of Winx. Hartnell's 3 lengths away, but away goes Winx. Put paid to Endless Drama. Hartnell's running on, looking for second again, but here's 14 for the equine queen of the world, Winx. Great first up performance. She wins it by 2.5 to Hartnell. They panel the rest. The Irish import, Endless Drama third.
Hardest race, first race back. So
destroyed them. Hartnell, I was surprised how well she went there first. I was expecting her to win, but she destroyed them.
Hartnell ran through the roof as well, and you know sometimes you need to see them again to be reminded again of just how good they are. Because even in the, I'm now convinced that she's the best horse I've ever seen. Not necessarily internationally with Frankel in mind, but she's the best Australasian horse I've ever seen.
She's better than Black Caviar.
Yep.
She's better than Black Caviar.
Yep. Oh, she's more rounded.
She's more versatile.
Yeah, she deserves a slightly higher place.
She's better than
Group 1 Chipping Norton Stakes, and there she is. Rain, hail or shine. Winx makes a stunning number 9. Winx on track $1.10. Bookies drifting her out to $1.20. The call has been 110, 116, 182. Hartnell's a $6.50 chance. Then we go to Endless Drama, not contested.
Set now for the Chipping Norton. The rain has cleared. The crowd are out in force to cheer the mighty mare home, and off they go. Tavago missed the start, and Winx jumped out midfield. Endless Drama hot. 800 metres to run. It's Lasquetti Spirit, the Victorian Oaks winner, making play from Endless Drama in second. Then Magic Hurricane from Hartnell, further back to Libran, who shot the barm on the rails. Winx is up on the outside, stalking Hartnell coming to the turn. Further back to Grand Marshal, Tavago and Preferment. He pulls to the passing lane on Winx as they round the corner. Lasquetti Spirit in front of Endless Drama, but Winx moves straight up on the outside. She went straight past Hartnell. Then Magic Hurricane, who shot the barman and Libran. They've got 200 metres to run. He hasn't even pushed the button on the mighty mare Winx, and she's really starting to pull away. Lasquetti Spirit, who shot the barman, Magic Hurricane. Oh, isn't she great to watch? Back-to-back wins in the Chipping Norton. It's been won by some of the legends, and that's she is. Winx by 2 lengths. Lasquetti Spirit, a huge run second. Who shot the barman third, then Magic Hurricane.
Well, that's what champions do. That's exactly what champions do. They win in all types of conditions. They win.
Started to look back to the inside again, and he put her away. She put him away so quickly. Obviously, he wasn't up to his best there yesterday, but she just does it with absolute ease. It's quite amazing.
And when they're truly invincible, there's nothing you can throw at them that they can't encounter. Like the wet track that Chris Waller was worried about. As it turns out, she just said, "Chris, please. I'm Winx."
But that must have been, and you touched on.
Where is he now, though?
That's her 10th Group 1. Sorry, she goes alongside Rough Habit Octagonal. She wins next start. She's up eyeballing Lonhro, and so you think. And then in the Queen Elizabeth, she's next to the Great Man. So the Queen and the Man will be together on 12 Group 1s.
When and what caviar? We have these conversations all the time.
Girl stop comparing.
Well, I think she's the best horse I've seen, Australasian horse.
And that's what we love about you. You're willing to say that she's
from some punters there saying, everything about her is a champion.
Yeah, absolutely, and she's just doing it.
Nick, how short is she?
$1.35 with tab.com.au. Greg, and of course she's at this stage
about to happen here with the Group 1 Canterbury Stakes, the Canterbury BMW Stakes 13.
He looks enormous, I reckon. Look, a lot of doubters about him today. It's the first time I've put my hand in the pocket today.
Schofield.
Well, he's a heavy track performer in the past. He was very good winning first up.
To 8.
2 off to Haraki. Berry sits pretty quietly on Chautauqua, last 4 lengths behind the second last horse. Hugo Foscolo leads by 3/4 to Music Magnate, getting closer. Then Le Remain from Japanisma. Further back to Impending, Too Good to Refuse. Haraki and Chautauqua. Berry going up the inside as they race around the turn. Music Magnate goes up to Hugo Foscolo. Le Remain. Impending travels up the outside. Haraki. Chautauqua's going up towards the rails. It's Music Magnate being tackled by Chautauqua. But down the outside is Le Remain. Chautauqua, Le Remain. Impending and Haraki the outside. Great finish coming up. Le Remain goes to Chautauqua. Le Remain. Chautauqua. Nose and nose to the line. They hit it. Oh, close. Le Remain and Chautauqua. Le Remain. Impending travels up the outside. Haraki. Chautauqua's going up towards the rails. It's Music Magnate being tackled by Chautauqua. But down the outside is Le Remain. Chautauqua, Le Remain. Impending and Haraki the outside. Great finish coming up. Le Remain goes to Chautauqua. Le Remain. Chautauqua. Nose and nose to the line. They hit it. Oh, close. Le Remain and Chautauqua. What a finish. Haraki third, followed by Impending. Music Magnate.
What a race. What a race. And who has won? Who has got that all-important wins another Group 1?
Good luck to him. He's a fighter. He's a tiger. And take nothing away from the second horse. The winner just found the lane first. Nothing Tommy could have done about it because he wasn't travelling any good. His rhythm. It's been a ride that's been talked about for the last 24 hours since, or the last 12 hours or so since the race. A lot of good judges are saying it's the best ride they've ever seen. A lot of other judges saying, sectionally between the 6 and the 2, he burnt the candle there.
On the pony, Ron, you first.
Look, I thought she was a little bit suspect this morning when she was $3.50, just with the price and the wet track factor, but she got to $5.
But English, the outright favourite, the 7, she's a $4.40.
Light is on, and we're set for action. Favourite drawn the fence, English. Baller Muscle takes the lead narrowly coming up to the home turn from Jungle Edge and Redzel the outside. Dalciello's out 4 wide, followed by Kentucky Miss. Felines creeping closer. Sapedo just slightly held up for the time being. English will have to take a run towards the inside, so will Wouldn't It Be Nice closest to the fence. Baller Muscle turns in front of Jungle Edge and Redzel. English is starting to scoop them up in the centre of the track. Going between runners Felines and further back to Kentucky Miss. Sapedo right down the stands rail. English in front. English from Redzel. Felines. Sapedo's getting tight for room. English kicking from Redzel, who's making a late surge. It's English in front of Redzel. Redzel's levelling up with English. Missed. English makes it back-to-back challenges just in a close photo from Redzel. Third between Felines and Sapedo.
She'll get the photo here. English, a great return.
She's untouchable at this 1,000-metre distance, and now that she's ticked off that heavy track box, it was a big query coming into the race. But look, she had to make her ground in the worst part of the track and did it well. She's a good mare. Redzel
and Adrian Bott. Number 2, Redzel second for the Snowdens.
On the track, as it turned out, she was a little bit of a question mark on a very heavy track, but over the 1,000. She'd won this race last year, first up, and she digs in deep here. I thought it was a terrific win. Redzel was pretty good first up there. And
we're 11 minutes away from the feature. The Australian Guineas here at Flemington, and Haydock has been really well back throughout the day. It was $3.80 before the first here at Flemington today, but it's been backed solidly throughout to $3.20, so a good push for the favourite.
So at the 800, Furyk led by a length and a half. Second is Attention, closely followed on the outside is Legless Verve in third placing. Haydock is fourth, and they're followed by Oak Door. Landed Plenty deep around Prized Icon when they corner in, and then Throstle, Divine Prophet, Seaburge and Snitson back behind those horses, then pull to the outside, So Sebon into the straight, and Furyk led narrowly. Attention's quickly off the rail for Preble. Then came Haydock. He's getting right up on the inside now from Legless Verve, Oak Door, Land of Plenty, Seaburge and Prized Icon making ground behind the leader. Furyk tackled now by Haydock. Haydock got up on the inside, hit the lead for Curry. Seaburge is following him home. Prized Icon getting through. Haydock a good leader though. At the 100, he's 2 in front of Prized Icon. Harlow Gold. Haydock in front. Will he run the mile out? You betcha. Haydock beat Prized Icon. Snitson get home for third, and then Harlow Gold enter home, followed by Oak Door and Seaburge Divine.
Guineas, as does Luke Curry. Haydock, the favourite, $3.40 Victorian official price. $3 and $1.80 is denied. The Derby winner, Prized Icon, $2.80 for James Cummings and Dean Yendall. Wins. What a performance.
Yeah, it was a terrific win. Look, he's got a great acceleration is what he's got. Change up speed, and he got the,
$17 is the price there. There's been others at even bigger prices that have been backed. So plenty of support and everyone having a bet in what looks an outstanding Newmarket.
The favourite through the Victorian official price. It's been a fantastic betting duel. Extreme Choice is now the favourite, $4.20 into
towards the intersection, and it's Star Turn for Boss, who shows the way in the green colours ahead of Scheidel, closer to the inside. Wider Illustrious Lad in the shadow roll. Redkirk Warriors up there. Extreme Choice is extremely deep and heading towards the front as well. And then came the quarterback around Terravista. They were being followed by Spooth, who's got back towards the inside. He's about midfield on the fence. Voodoo Lad's on his outside with the Inspector. Super Cash is out very deep in the course, and then Tavachi and the quarterback. Star Turn at the 500 led the Newmarket field with Redkirk Warrior the outside. Extreme Choice is already off the bit at the moment, and then came Scheidel. Spieth getting up on the inside, and Super Cash has started to come home. Redkirk Warriors moved up and put the head in front. Star Turn coming back, and they're clear now from Voodoo Lad, and then Scheidel. Extreme Choice, but Redkirk Warrior 100 metres to go, leads by about a length and a half and cuts away. Redkirk Warrior, what a training effort. 2 lengths to Voodoo Lad. Star Turn and Scheidel, then Tavachi, followed by Inspector. Extreme Choice, Super in company with Counterattack.
100 years of history has been turned over. The last horse to win a Newmarket handicap first up was Polycrates in 1917, but the Lindsay Park operation have done it again. Genius trainers, and they've done it with Redkirk Warrior. Regan Bayliss, his first Group 1 success, an outstanding talent he is. $35.80 and $6.60 Red Kirk Warrior. Voodoo Lad also first up. Regan Bayliss, one of the bright young stars we have in Australian racing, taking out his first Group 1 with the Lindsay Park operation, who have been amazing supporters of his.
This horse was retired from Hong Kong through feet issues, and he fixed it. He's had a wind operation, and he's a superstar. So we're coming to Sydney.
Extreme choice.
First horse in 100 years to win the Newmarket Handicap. First up, a phenomenal training performance by the Lindsay Park operation, and a beautiful ride by Regan Bayliss. Voodoo Lad, another horse into the race, first up, running second, and Star Turn setting the speed, finishing third ahead of Shot.
Story, because he started in England, 2 2,000-metre wins, so that's what the Poms do. They run them out of their comfort zone because of tradition. So he runs over 2,000, then he goes to Hong Kong for half a dozen runs, runs the favourite in the Derby, didn't stay the trip. Feet issues, wind operation. It's stunning, isn't it? With so maybe even a horse like Winx in his sights in the next 6 months somewhere. So
55th running of the Group 1 Australian Cup over 2,000 metres. Always one of the highlight races of the year in Australia. And Humidor is the favourite for Darren Weir.
Ahead of Awesome Rock, Jameka, Stratum Star in Tom Melbourne through the early stages of the race. And Lane has taken back Humidor. He's gone back third last at the 1,700. And Ecuador has the lead, almost a length clear from Awesome Rock, who's pushed up in the centre, keeping Jameka posted out 3 wide. Stratus 2 lengths to Humidor, Boom Time, and Exospheric back at the tail end of the field as they make their way towards about the 1,200 metre mark now. And Ecuador showed the way. Jameka's got up into second, placing on the outside of him now, and then inside, followed by the United States, 2 to Humidor, half a length to Boom Time, and last is Exospheric, about 10 lengths first to last. Down the side, 800 metres left to go, and Ecuador is leading by about a half to Jameka, who did it tough early. Round the outside, Mourinho was off on an early move, 4 wide, and Awesome Rock came with him. So a line of 4 at the home turn, 600 to go. In behind them, Stratum Star and Tom Melbourne. Humidor creeping up on their back as they peel around the turn, with the United States pushing out into the clear as well. Jameka took the lead around the home turn from Ecuador. Awesome Rock 2 lengths away, running on well. They're followed by the United States and Humidor out deep. Jameka, she's done it tough early. She leads at the 300. She's out by 2 lengths. Head down Humidor. The United States starting to peg her back. It's Jameka in front. Humidor's in danger with the United States. Humidor racing after Jameka. Jameka by a head. Humidor comes home the best. Driven to the lead by Lane. And Humidor won it by a neck. Jameka flashing home on the inside. Exospheric will get third ahead of Stratum Star in the United States. Then Boom Time followed by Telly. Next to finish in the race was Ecuador, Awesome Rock, trailed by
$4.60 and $1.80. Overwhelming of the super brave Jameka. The Caulfield Cup Queen hanging on for second at $1.70.
And he's still not the perfect horse. You can see Damien riding with a whip in the left hand, and he has to keep him away from the United States. But when he's got something on his inside that keeps him straight, he goes very, very quick.
Going to Sydney?
Yeah, for the BMW.
Just wondering about laying in, what effect that might have going the reverse way. I reckon it was a dippy Australian Cup where it wasn't a strong one, but I was glad that the 2 best horses dominated, because it's going to be remembered as the race where the 2 best horses who will go on to... Yeah, because Jameka will always peaks at her next run from this one. You rode Boom Time.
Will rain. They've had...
Let's go up to Darren Flindell and have a go in 2 weeks.
Set. And he is the only other runner under double fix. Foxplay's been sitting back in this steady run race, and he's pulled the stick on Foxplay as they turn, and Archie Barber hits the lead and draws a couple in front. It's Archie Barber 2, 3 lengths in front. Zenalicious going up the fence, redoubled down the outside. Pumpkin Pie and Foxplay on the inside's got ground to make up. Zenalicious races to the lead. Zenalicious from Comic Set. Foxplay's coming with the last run. Oh boy, look at it come, Foxplay, right over the top of Zenalicious. Oh, huge win. Foxplay wins the far lap from Zenalicious and Comic Set. Pumpkin Pie 4th and Archie Bubba.
OK, everyone who was swearing and cursing Karen McAvoy, you can take it back. Apologise. He's got home. Oh, it wasn't looking...
A very genuine, tough little filly. With just that touch...
Taking on the older mares, and Ome Saw it holds the call. But Global Glamour, the other 3-year-old filly, has been well backed, $8.50 into $6.
Rock solid $7. A good move for Silent Sedition here. 16 this morning, now just over halved its quote at $9.50. And
favourite goes in for an enthralling classic. Coolmore Classic. The favourite Hermes Sword is back second last, and First Seal is last of all. Global Glamour races to the lead at the 800 by 3/4 on Daisy Doom. Silence Editions cast 3 deep the trip, followed by Thames Court. Then in her time, Dixie Blossoms very deep around Den Magic. Further back to Danish Twist, Euro Angel, French Emotion. Then came Shillelagh from Heavens Above. Labella Diosa's back on the inside. Further back to Belle Marie, sold for song. Now Hermes Sword is still second last. Single Gaze and First Seal is last. Into the straight, Global Glamour, Daisy Doom and Silence Edition the outside. Further back to Dixie Blossoms in her time. Down the outside is Heavens Above and French Emotion. Silence Edition's done it tough. It hits the lead from back on the inside. Daisy Doom. Heavens Above is winding up on the outside, and Danish Twist late. Silence Edition being gobbled up by Heavens Above and Danish Twist. Here we go. It's a thriller in the Coolmore Classic. I'm going to stay out. Heavens Above, Silence Edition and Danish Twist, a great three-way finish. Then Daisy Doom, Hermes Sword late. Further back to In Her Time, Thames Court.
Great finish, and it's going to be Heavens Above. Number 5, Heavens Above for Tim Martin, and Ty Anglin has won the Coolmore Classic in a rib tickler.
What beat Timmy Martin?
Heavens Above beats Silence Edition and Danish Twist, and Daisy Doom over on the inside.
400 metres. Favourite goes forward. This is it. We're ready. Racing in the Oaks now. Got them away to Ave Maria, and Kotakanui had no speed off the inside. Beginning well here is Dreamcraft, Vencedora. Bonneval, the favourite, is second to last. The speed's good though, and Imogen Smiles is left. Then to Rube Bridges. Further away, Ave Maria. Bonneval now looking to improve for Cameron. It's third to last though from Incantissimo. Vencedora and Imogen Smiles as the Oaksfield run off the back of the track. They've got 850 metres still to travel, and it is still Zigwig. Dreamcraft is second. Nicoletta has had a beautiful run on the inside. Behind that is Devise, and then fashionably inside of Shared Secrets, and now Bonneval has got better than midfield pretty quickly. Date Night behind that. Dame Margot Font. Oh, 1 or 2 out here. We had Incantissimo went out, and Rube Bridges went out as well. So a bit of a disaster at the 600 metres as they near the corner, and they're about to straighten up in the Oaks. And here on the outside, Devise has gone up now and hit the lead, but here comes the favourite Bonneval. She's starting to let go with her run in the middle of the Trentham racecourse. Fashionably tracking through, and wider out Vencedora. Devise trying to fight back to Bonneval. Bonneval on the outside. Devise is giving it everything, but the Glamour filly, Bonneval in front, and she'll win the Oaks. Bonneval's got it. Devise second, Savvy Dreams third, Nicoletta behind them fashionably, but she has done it. Bonneval and Matthew Cameron for Murray Baker and Andrew Forsman. G. Devise fought very hard on the inside. She didn't give it away, but she's a class act, this girl. Big stretch about her. All class, all right. Bonneval, 3
stakes over 1,600 metres here at Flemington. Really looking forward to this race. Small field, select field.
Away they go, the field, and starts to be ridden along as they come around the turn. And it's Sir Isaac Newton by neck, sitting second on the outside, the favourite Tozen Stardom. Palantino peeled out for his run, and then came Real Love. Below the 4 now, and Tozen Stardom got level, but Palantino's there, and a big danger. Palantino raced up to Tozen Stardom. He doesn't find a great deal at the moment, and Palantino dash to the lead. Real Love is making ground late on the outside, and so is Harlem, but it is all Palantino and Mark Zara. He'll race away. He loves it here. Palantino by 3.5 lengths to Tozen Stardom. Photo third. Harlem dived at Real Love to make it.
Been staying all preparation. I want to get to Flemington, 1,600 metres with Palantino. He does today, and he smashes his rivals to win the Blamey Stakes. $5.
Last year, of course, in better conditions, but it has won on heavy before, and I think it's worth noting that recent wins have seen the United States be able to win on a third up. Bottom Star, then the United States from He's Our Rocky, Our Ivanhoe, and still Hartnell sits back last, about 6 or 7 lengths off the lead, which is Antonio Giuseppe, go racing towards the 600, a length in front of Sophia Rosa, who's come off the bridle in second. Stratum Star still travels okay, then the United States, Our Ivanhoe's pulling out from He's Our Rocky, and boy, Hartnell will have to be good from there. He's still last. last. Antonio Giuseppe coming away from the rails. He wants to lay in a bit. He's a couple in front. Boy, Hartnell's not done with. He's coming down the outside with our Ivanhoe the first to give chase, and our Ivanhoe hits the lead. Hartnell the outside. The United States is trying hard, but our Ivanhoe, he hasn't raced since the Melbourne Cup, but away he goes in the Rampart. Our Ivanhoe in the heavy 10 conditions wins it easily. Hartnell second, the United States third, then Antonio Giuseppe. Well, the race plate's going back on. Coming back from, he's running the Melbourne Cup. He won the Doomben Cup back in May. Has a very good fresh record. He's 7 years of age now, this stallion, by Soldier Hollow. Good mark. Rocky was last in.
Our Ivanhoe wins it.
Betting $1.28 now about Winx. I don't think she can be beaten today, but this is the most genuine competition I believe she's had this preparation, with the world's best sprinter in Chautauqua and Le Romain chasing his 4th Group 1 victory. I put Le...
Said it all. Say something new.
Well, they should have an umbrella over it. That's what they should have.
We've given 300 to 1. It's now 150 to 1. Sylpheed 70 to 1 on the tape.
Good rider. Winx looking to make it. Back-to-back wins in the race. They're set and they're racing, and Winx just jumped a little bit awkwardly. She's going to settle back last, and Libaz won the start. Le Romain's going to take up a very forward role. Sylpheed. So Chautauqua's got to stay on the fence. Winx is about 3 or 4 horses off it, and Libaz the leader, racing to the 600 metres to cut the corner. The crowd starting to left. Le Romain takes the lead. Winx is just cruising up on the outside. It's Le Romain and Winx, and Bowman sits motionless yet again. Look at her rip clear inside the 200. Le Romain can't go on, nor Haraki. Chautauqua out of the pack, but all conditions, all distances, all challenges. Here's Sweet 16 for Winx, making it back-to-back wins in the George Rider. Le Romain 6 lengths away. Le Romain takes the lead. Winx is just cruising up on the outside. It's Le Romain and Winx, and Bowman sits motionless yet again. Look at her rip clear inside the 200. Le Romain can't go on, nor Haraki. Chautauqua out of the pack, but all conditions, all distances, all challenges. Here's Sweet 16 for Winx, making it back-to-back wins in the George Rider. Le Romain 6 lengths away second, Chautauqua third, Haraki fourth, then Sylpheed, followed in by McCreary, and the leader, Libaz, finished last.
She's done it again. How are they ever going to beat her? They dish up the heaviest track here at Rosehill today, and she just scoots over it. And Bowman, yet again, makes good horses, very good horses, like Le Romain and Chautauqua, look like they're second rate. And we know they're not. Look at this margin, untouched. Winx, the champion, has scored by maybe 6 over Le Romain, who dribbled
up to him on the point of the turn. The crowd got excited, and it only got louder from there on in. What a moment in racing we just witnessed there.
The crowd loves you. They love Winx. Go and enjoy it, Hugh. Well done.
Thank you.
Have a look at this. Have a look at this. They are going... Wait until she gets a little bit closer. Winx just stalled to take it all in.
Yesterday was for something that was so expected by basically anyone, the market, and anyone who was watching or had any interest in racing. It's quite amazing with a result that everyone expects. She can continue to amaze when she actually does it, and you just can't in your mind fathom that she's just going to destroy that field by 7 lengths on those conditions. You can't fathom she's going to win a Cox Plate by 8. You can't fathom that she's going to...
Well, I reckon once again, I hate to do this, but it's apples and oranges, because 2,000 metre plus is where Mackay comes into her own, and Winx 1,400 metres to 2,000 is impossible. So, and 1,400 below is Black Caviar. So I know you want us to get into this argument.
Just a racing moment. That was a sporting moment, wasn't it? We expected her to win, but we didn't expect a moment like that. Like you get the goal. The greatest promotion for racing that you'll get is a champion racehorse, and doesn't, you know, aren't they a great? The first time she caught everyone's imagination was the Sunshine Coast.
Yep.
And just has not stopped from that day on, and it's got bigger and bigger. 115. You know, look, it's that's her place in the market. I think. I don't know what I'm going to be
with these wonderful 2-year-olds as we get set for a race worth $3.5 million.
Out of it, and Hootson, I thought, might just feel the pinch at the end of what's going to be very
See how she's so chilled out and relaxed, and she does exactly the same. She's holding her condition well. She's got that great strong hind quarter on her. She's
getting a lot of support. Odds here for trekking. It's been $31 into $23. So a big watch on Godolphin's horse there, number 6, and Frolic.
On the heavy 10 and the big fielder off, and the filly Hootson flew out of the gates. Teaspoon trying to match her, but Hootson's already a length in front. From the back by Catchy, Tulips off the track, then Medinity. She Will Reign's hugging the rails and pinching plenty of ground coming up to the 750. Further back to Veronillo. Frolic is back third last from Chauffeur, and Trekking's the last one. Hootson in front of Teaspoon. The speed's been good. Trapeze Artist third, then Minari. She Will Reign continues to improve, being ridden up. 2 further back to Single Bullet, Diamond Tathagata. Tulips very deep as they race around the turn, and Hootson's got a healthy lead, but here comes She Will Reign up the inside. Hootson a length in front of She Will Reign. Millam's looking pretty confident. She Will Reign moves up now to Hootson. Minari's running on, and Frolic's running home on the fence. She Will Reign races to the lead. 150 out. She Will Reign is well clear, but Minari, Tulip and Frolic are charging home. It's She Will Reign in front. The $20,000 filly's got the slipper one. She Will Reign goes on to beat Frolic. I think Minari third in front of Tulip and Hootson. Further back to Trapeze Artist. Then came, what a big moment for Gary Portelli and Derby Racing. How confident was Ben Melham? She has run a terrific race, making up many lengths, but She Will Reign has reigned home.
Gary Portelli has won the Golden Slipper with She Will Reign, a lifelong dream.
Can I watch the replay? That was unbelievable. I spoke to that jockey before the race and I said to him, I think we've got to go forward. And he went quiet. He said, I think I'm going to go back to last. And I said, well, you look like I'm paying the big dollars too.
The slowest slipper since Canny Ladd won in 1:15 plus, and they've run 1:15.04. Not quite as slow as see Ben.
If it wasn't the Golden Slipper, I really wouldn't want to run her. I think she's going to be something special later on, and particularly when she gets dry tracks. And if
things can go wrong there, and I sort of had to back myself and. You know, if a
$1,000 purchase for Derby Racing, and what a ride by Melham. He defied instructions from Gary Portelli, but Portelli wasn't complaining afterwards, Duff.
No, he was not. It was a very, very brave ride to disobey instructions in such a big race, and obviously Ben Melham's never been on the end of a Gary Portelli pay if it would have backfired, that's for sure. I don't think he would ever got another ride for the stable. But as it turned out, it was 10 out of 10, 11 out of 10 is there's such a thing. He just cuddled up, took all the breaks at the right time, got across from an awkward draw. Frolic come out at a late there. To think that form stood up from 2 weeks before when these two fillies clashed the other way round. So they had the hard run on the heavy track as the lead up, and they simply were too good for that field.
Going back and looking at the reach.
Number 8, we've got 3 to go. Still 3 to go on Slipper Day. The Galaxy, another Group 1 is next.
He's probably going to, won't be too far off the speed, so I thought High Diamonds from a...
They're still backing him. He's $2.90. He's actually off the map here in this race. After $15, mind you, went up on Monday off the nominations. But I'd be having a heart attack if I took the $15 looking at him there. But I've never heard Team Snowden...
well, firstly, Russian Revolution, which since we showed pictures of him behind the gates and the fact that he's being reshod, he's actually firmed again into 290. Glenn, take it away.
Okay, first thing this morning, then $4.50. He's now $2.80. This is a mammoth go. When you consider you said on track.
Swoop and Russian Revolution out deep in 6th. Further back then to Miss Rock on the rails from Sapedo. Felines, Heatherly's very deep from English. Well back Music Magnate from Big Money. And Glenolly is the last one. Jungle Edge racer to the lead from Miss Promiscuity and Red Zella. Russian Revolution getting closer on the outside. Fell Swoops tracking up. They're followed further back by Heatherly on the outside of Felines, Fartanar and English being ridden for luck between them. Jungle Edge swings in front by a length on Red Zell closing in. Then Russian Revolution has still got something to offer. Red Zell lays it down to Jungle Edge. Russian Revolution a length off. It's Red Zell just in front of Jungle Edge. Russian Revolution's trying his heart out. Red Zell in front. Russian Revolution, he's up for the fight. Russian Revolution goes to Red Zell. Russian Revolution lunges and got the money. Big win. Russian Revolution beat Red Zell and Jungle Edge. Good margin back to the rest. Not sure about 4th. Felines Fell Swoop there and Glenolly closing off. Then Miss Rock from Music Magnate English. Then Big Money from Heatherly Sapedo. And Miss Promiscuity was one of the last to finish.
Well, you saw the drama of the galaxy unfold before your very eyes. And there he comes out and does that. At his 6th start in a race, win number 5, and a Group 1 goes on the board. He wins a Group 3. All right, 12 Russian Revolution, the winner. Number 6 Red Zella, Snowden Quinella. 11.
He was always just the one.
This horse was off the map, heavily back, but before the race.
This horse, they put up $15 on Monday, and he was $4.60 to $2.90 on track. He's a last thing you want to see. And then after all that, he was a little slow into stride, and he's 4 and 5 deep, no cover throughout. This, we don't count Winx when we talk runs of the day because she's exempt. But this was the run of the day outside that. Don't believe me. Find a slot for this bloke because. He could... the sky's the limit.
Group 1 double to Macca, well done. Chautauqua the favourite in the TJ Smith. Will he go?
French Emotion out to $8.50. Circular out to $9. Turbo Miss got in as low as 9, back out a half a point. And
Winx has covered them down the side now, and Yendel's starting to dictate it a bit in front. He leads on I Am a Star by a length to Rising Romance, Deja Blue, and Lady Selkirk's had a really hard run. French Emotion's had a good trail into the race. She's 5th in the yellow sleeves, followed by Circular. Turbo Miss First Seal and Yacht Club left behind. Speaking of that, that is what Yendel is doing on the favourite. He's leaving them behind early. I Am a Star opening up. She's gone 4 lengths in front around the turn from Deja Blue, Rising Romance. Now French Emotion's in the clear, but I Am a Star with a long lead, 4 lengths. French Emotion does the chasing work. First Seal is starting to run on well, but all in the wake of an outstanding filly. I Am a Star, my word you are. I Am a Star won at hard held 3.5 French Emotion. 3rd placing to First Seal, Rising Romance, Circular, Turbo Miss, Deja Blue, Yacht Club.
Better 3-year-old fillies go around in this race than I Am a Star. She's already a Group 1 winner. She won the...
But this market is changing up somewhat. The 11 continues to shorten. It's now into 480. And
Jidel can win this race. The right people are backing it. It's at $5. Outside of that, Silence Edition had that really...
is there as well. He's 3rd and 4th, followed by Silence Edition out wide at the first turn. Flambeau's middle of the field on the rail with Japanese and Hellbent around him, and they're followed by Illustrious Lad caught very wide. They're trailed about a length and a half back in the field, then by Rock Magic and Kaepernick and the quarterback on the outside last. Down the side they race, and at the 600 Shidell by a neck to Hooked, a length and a half to Rebel Dane. Silence Edition moving up on the outside, and Star Turn back on the rail, followed by Japanisma. Illustrious Lad out wide, and then came Hellbent trying to find a way through traffic around the turn. Shidell from Hooked. Silence Edition right there. Hellbent's in the clear. Star Turn's going to get the rails run. There's a little bit of room there. The 3-year-old, he has to breathe in, but he got through. Star Turn got up on the fence. Silence Edition and Hellbent come down the outside. 100 left to go. Silence Edition and Hellbent claim the lead. Silence Edition for Caitlin Mallion and Hellbent. They come to the line. Silence Edition a half head to Hellbent. 3rd Outplacing Star Turn, I'd say. Rock Magic flashed home. Then came behind those Scheidel. Behind them, Japanese. They're trailed by...
Lemalian, you've ridden your first Group 1. A brilliant performance for Andrew Noblet as well. $7.40 and $2.70. Hellbent's been runner-up in a Group 1 at Wait for Age, has run second.
You can see she's aggressive. She fights like a tiger, and I can't believe I won a Group 1.
She came out with race number 6, the BMW. It's worth $1.5 million over a mile and a half. Before we go into it,
might be able to just finish best to beat the great mare Jameka, who really should be able to get a nice soft sit up in
Drifter 370 out to 460. Exospheric has been pretty solid today. 750.
Of all is Who Shot the Barman. They've gone past the halfway mark, and Lasquetti Spirit slips further in front now. She's about 8 lengths clear at this point of the race. In second position is Jameka. Bowman still sits quietly on her. Then Libran on the outside of it. Last, Will Abdullah has really gone for home. He's flat to the boards. He's trying to kick the filly away for a record, for a history-making win. At the 600, she's 4 lengths in front. Jameka, though, still looks to be cruising in second position. Then Exospheric from Libran. Humidor's next from Who Shot the Barman. Grand Marshal Tavago. He'll have to be good to win from there. It's all over for Lasquetti Spirit, and Jameka swept straight past. Jameka at the 300. Humidor's giving chase. So's Exospheric. Libran and Who Shot the Barman. Tavago not in the hunt. Jameka's got a good lead. 200 out from Humidor and Exospheric, but Jameka's nicely clear. Humidor going into second from Exospheric, but what a win by Jameka. The mighty mare wins another Group 1. Jameka bolts in. Second home Humidor. Exospheric third. Who Shot the Barman fourth. Then Lasquetti Spirit.
Huey Bowman on Jameka. The Caulfield Cup winner has now won Wait for Age, mile and a half, the BMW. And Jameka had the job. Hugh Bowman.
Job, and the track staff deserve a pat on the back. Wow, Jameka, how dominant was she? She was just sensational. And boy, look, this was just a total domination, wasn't it? You just got her into her rhythm. We know how good a mare she is. She just peaks up every preparation. Look, I know she's a Caulfield Cup winner, but this could well be her biggest win. She just ambles up here after carting the field up to Lasquetti Spirit, and she still half got the ears pricked. She just raced away. I thought at about the 300 there that she might be getting a little bit tired, and then she just found another gear there. Look, I thought Humidor was okay. He could well be a better horse in the spring. He may have just come to the end of his preparation. Exospheric was far from disgraced. Well, what else can you say? Who shot?
Couldn't be happier with him. Thought around in the corner he was the winner, and to sprint as well as she did in that ground was really something else. I was really happy with the way it went, and winner two strong through the ground.
Good. Courtesy Ford Manor with 2 Sires Produce are off and racing. Away to a fair line. Ozil went back just after the start. Hessa Hodo's gone back to last, and Scott Bass is back with it as well. Joyfully has begun quickly. Melody Bell is right there, and Hard Merchandise going forward to go in the Sires. Hard Merchandise, Joyfully are the first 2, and then Mighty Power over on the inside. Star Treasure goes forward as 2 does Swing Note around the outside, and behind these Ozil, Melody Bell getting up and behind them as they're about to swing and go for home now at the 350 metres, and running down towards the money line here. Hard Merchandise the leader. Joyfully, Melody Bell in the middle of them. Star Treasure out wider. Beldenord starting to finish off pretty strongly over on the inside. Joyfully, Melody Bell, and Beldenord over on the inside. It's Melody Bell in front, and Melody Bell, too good, wins the Sires. He loved it on the line. Melody Bell, Michael McNabb, you won't see a celebratory salute like this for a while. It went on and on. He loved it, and why wouldn't he? She was brilliant here.
Yeah, I'm with Patient Stakes.
Jason Collett aboard.
Takes the lead now from Rocket Commander, and as a result, Daisy Densbury being put 3 wide now. 2 further back to Zambar, then Impending Pearl. Extensibles off the course 3 wide, then Alaskan Rose from Anisha. Well back is Diamond Maid from Happy Hannah. Dixie Blossoms last about 10 off the lead, which is Euro Angel. Out by a half on Rocket Commander, and Daisy Doom has become a bit of a victim of circumstances, being caught 3 wide. Then came Zambar. Extensible the outside from Impending Pearl, then Alaskan Rose. Rose. Happy Hannah tries to get going from Diamond Maid. Anisha's hunting through on the fence. Dixie Blossom's trying to go with her. Euro Angel swings in front of Daisy Doom. Euro Angel a half in front to Dixie Doom. They beat off Rocket Commander. Zambar's running on and further back to Extensible. Dixie Blossom's on the rails, but Daisy Doom races to the lead. 150 out. Zambar's right on a hammer. Daisy Doom in front of Zambar. Dixie Blossom's late. Daisy Doom from Zambar. Zambar goes to Daisy and Zambar just got up. Zambar got up to beat Daisy Doom and Dixie Blossoms. Then Euro Angel and Alaskan Rose. Further back to Rocket Commander from Extensible.
Just inch perfect there from Huey Bowman. Zambar has got the money. What a finish. Daisy Doom grabbed by Zambar. Dixie Blossom's got going late. Here's the line. Huey puts the stick away and she just glides over the line by
Euro Angel. Perfectly ridden from our leading jockey, what we expect from him.
Our feature sprint, the TJ Smith Stakes, can Chautauqua make it 3 in a row?
Well, considering the pattern of the day. But it's all about Russian Revolution, $7 all week, and he's 3 into 270 now. I think most people have him on top of the speed, although full swing.
Going, which he gets here today. English has got the golden draw at barrier number 1 and Chautauqua for 3rd, but I think Russian Revolution will
train by pattern of the day, but he's an outstanding horse. He's won this race twice. He's only had 2 weeks to freshen from the 1500, but considering the conditions, look, there's no issue there. I think he will get the biggest.
He's a complete powerhouse. He's a sprinting machine. I just love the way he looks today.
Okay,
I'm going to put Astern on top. I was really taken by this 3-year-old's appearance. He paraded in great order. He didn't turn a head.
Smith Stakes is the third of 4 Group 1s on day 1 of the championships. They're going to run a fraction late. Russian Revolution, the favourite at 3:30.
Complete the lineup for the richest 1200 metre race in Australia. The Darley TJ Smith Stakes. Can Chautauqua create history with a 3rd win? They're all set and they're off and racing. And a great line out, the favourite, Russian Revolution, the first into stride. Fell Swoop jumped very well. So further back then to Spieth, Rebel Dane. Chautauqua's 2 lengths behind them last. It's Russian Revolution in front from Fell Swoop. Then Malaguerra. English is creeping closer on the fence. Further back to Japanisma has come off the bridle. They're followed by Target inside Astern. It's being revved up. Then came Tavachi from Voodoo Lad. Derrin's out very deep. Chautauqua still last. Fell Swoop goes up the inside of Russian Revolution, stride for stride, Fell Swoop, Russian Revolution. English comes off heels and the mare is starting to let down. English goes after Fell Swoop. Russian Revolution's run his race. Further back to Voodoo Lad. It's English and Fell Swoop fighting it out. Chautauqua very late. It's English a half length in front. Can he do it? Chautauqua, he's flying. Yes, there's history. Chautauqua makes it 3 in a row. That is unbelievable. Derrin's out very deep. Chautauqua still last. Fell Swoop goes up the inside of Russian Revolution. Stride for stride. Fell Swoop, Russian Revolution. English comes off heels and the mare is starting to let down. English goes after Fell Swoop. Russian Revolution's run his race. Further back to Voodoo Lad. It's English and Fell Swoop fighting it out. Chautauqua very late. It's English a half length in front. Can he do it? Chautauqua, he's flying. Yes! There's history. Chautauqua makes it 3 in a row. That is unbelievable. He got up to beat English and Fell Swoop. Then Tavachi, Voodoo Lad, Russian Revolution. Terravista told me that's not one of the greatest moments here at Randwick. Chautauqua's come from last. My goodness. His best win. They just haven't been doing that here today.
This mighty grey horse, ride him off at your peril. He has done the impossible today. He's won 2 TJ Smiths. Last year was incredible. But today, the way the track's been playing, he was 100 to 1 on the home turn. He defies logic. He loves Randwick. This is his man. If you were going to rename a race, it'd have to be for this horse.
Wow.
What a win, Duff.
Bias? What bias? Champions overcome bias, and he's a champion. He was going to run last on the turn. What a performance. Obviously, they went out a lot harder.
He does, but there's a pretty special bloke sitting home on the couch, and that was more about him than what you'll actually ever know.
What about this crowd?
He defies things, this horse. You know, we took him overseas. He blew him away. He's the best sprinter in the world. He still rated the best sprinter in the world, but to our team, like.
The only horse everyone wanted to talk about was Chautauqua, and that was the real sort of feeling that I was getting leaving the course, and then even sort of
hadn't won in his previous 5 starts. He was on a track that I think most of us thought, well, this is going to be really hard today because the rails was advantageous, I thought, for most of the day, and it was just getting harder and harder throughout the day to imagine him winning, and then for him to do it was like an Ali moment, wasn't it, off the canvas? So
well, he's now won more prize money in his career from 28 starts than Black Caviar did in her unbeaten run of 25. There is a little bit of exclamation mark next to that. Black Caviar won 2 TJs, which were worth $1 million, and he's won 3 that are worth 2.5. But it still goes to show where he's...
It's his 13th career win. It's his 6th Group 1. I mean, he rightly now sits as one of our all-time great sprinters. No, he's in every conversation from a great sprinter.
Revolution. English comes off heels, and the mare is starting to let down. English goes after Fell Swoop. Russian Revolution's run his race. Further back to Voodoo Lad. It's English and Fell Swoop fighting it out. Chautauqua very late. It's English a half length in front. Can he do it? Chautauqua, he's flying. Yes, there's history. Chautauqua makes it 3 in a row. That is unbelievable. He got up.
Even the most ardent supporter of Chautauqua, probably sold out on him. If not prior to the race, during the race, considering the pattern of the day, honestly, he couldn't win that race. But you just never doubt a champion.
Yeah, never doubt.
In the old days, they said a Burnborough finish. I think in the modern era, it's a Chautauqua finish.
Yeah, well, you've been involved with.
You really had. You saw the race yesterday, and you think, did I just see what I saw?
Yeah,
it was.
Where are we? The 300. Now you think, oh, he's going to rush home and beat a few. Maybe run 4th or 5th. But wow, these horses, it's just words can't describe what happens from here on in. And yes, all right. Yes, all right. It was a
same trifecta as last year.
It's exactly the same, not different second and third, but the same 3 horses. That's amazing in such a high quality sprint that could happen.
This Chautauqua, he changes stride with about 50 metres to go and doesn't miss a beat. Like, not many horses can do that and continue.
Big one of the day, $3 million up for grabs here in a capacity field of 20 runners in the Star Doncaster.
In Doncasters.
2 most popular on track, Allure Main, 5 into $4.80, and Happy Clapper, 6 out to 7, back into $6. And the horse you mentioned at odds, for his coverage from Bairnsdale here on Sky One.
Those Sons of John and I Am a Star, so it's very competitive, and It's Somewhat is pushing forward now, and It's Somewhat's going to take the lead from Tester Shadow. Asian Redkirk Warrior 3 wide, then Antonio Giuseppe the fence being tracked along by Spectroscope. McCreary's next from Haraki. Well back in the field is Endless Drama from Euro Angel, and Dibiani is last. It's Somewhat the leader, out by 2 lengths on Tester Shadow. I Am a Star, Ecuador in 4th. Haydoc's doing it tough, trying to improve up on the outside of runners from Sons of John, then Happy Clapper. Le Romain getting onto the back of Haydock. Further back to Palantino from Arid. There followed by New Tipperary. Redkirk Warriors very deep turning for home. Then came McCreary and Spectroscope heads the rest. It's Somewhat straightens in front. Here's the Melbourne filly. I Am a Star giving chase in second. Happy Clapper goes to third. It's Somewhat a length and a half clear. Happy Clapper is putting in big strides. It's Somewhat 2 lengths clear from Happy Clapper. They're well clear from the rest, but It's Somewhat's going strongly. He's kicking in the Doncaster. It's Somewhat from Happy Clapper. It's Somewhat a length clear from Happy Clapper. It's Somewhat hanging on. He wins the Doncaster, a half length to Happy Clapper. Sense of Occasion third, Palantino 4th, followed by Haraki. Further back to New Tipperary, then came McCreary. Further back to Haydock Spec.
Somewhat for Godolphin has taken out the Doncaster, worth $3 million. The second for Zach Purton, the third for John O'Shea. But he's first in the Godolphin Blue. It's Somewhat kept fighting. Happy Clapper, he loomed. But
Boys in blue, but a Doncaster, it's your second.
Yeah, it is. They're always nice races to win, and enough the boys prepared the horse for it really well for me.
But you've elected to do that today, and you've rated him perfectly in front.
Yeah, well, it's been hard to make up ground today, and I went back and looked at his race where he won here over 2,000 metres, and I really like the way he used his action. And
Jockey's room, and we're having a very ordinary day, to be fair, and when he shot clear, we're sort of, should we cheer yet? I forgot who was riding, and I said, call him, but anyway, there you go.
John O'Shea's third career Doncaster, his fourth Group 1 for the season. For Zach Purton, the winning rider, his second Doncaster. And well done to Simon Marshall on Channel 7, who tipped this horse at 45 to 1. Take a bow, SD Marshall, one part of our family.
He got his time in the sun there. I was cheering home, happy clapper for Pat Webster, who finished second in the race yesterday, last year. Second again.
Race unfolds here. And
it was hard to sit off the fence there yesterday. You had to be sort of really close to the rail to be some sort of chance. So
just got a little top up Friday night, and that was the pattern of the day, unfortunately.
Look at the action.
To Drifter on track, the favourite, Bonneville. It's 350 out to 420. Fellow Keith.
That my pick hasn't been the greatest of form in La Bella Diosa, but I just can't get over.
Often Racing, Will Leisure was squeezed out at the start. Other than that, it's a very level line out. Lubin is really giving Lasquetti Spirit a head down the side at the 900 metres. Ford is trying to repeat Abdullah's tactics in the Victoria Oaks. She's 4 lengths clear from Blue Baton and Perfect. Ralo Gold is tracking Devise everywhere she goes, and Bowman's giving Bonneville more rain. She's starting to creep closer, coming to the 600, and the rest are well back. Lasquetti Spirit giving them something to catch. Perfect Rhyme in the slipstream second. 5 lengths away then to Nurse Kitchen. Harlow Gold, Bonneville running on, and Devise has to switch course into the straight. It's Lasquetti Spirit in front. She's a length clear, but Perfect Rhyme is starting to gun her down now. England is shooting for his second Oaks, but here comes favourite Bonneville, the New Zealand Oaks winner. She's putting in big stride. Perfect Rhyme being tackled by Bonneville, and away she goes. Murray Baker's going to win the Derby Oaks double. Maestro Murray, Bonneville bolts in from Perfect Rhyme and Lasquetti Spirit. 5 off to Harlow Gold. Diosa's last. They're about 150 lengths from first to last.
Well, Murray Baker and Andrew Forsman will be back out here aboard Winx. And won't he get a reception then? But he's won the Oaks in the meantime. What an outstanding filly she is. That was staying at its best. He goes down in history as the leading trainer of Group 1 winners from New Zealand in Australia, and deservedly so.
Replay, just tell us how good Bonneville is, because this is a demolition job.
Yeah, it certainly was. 150. She did it easily.
She just looks all class, doesn't she? I know some of these 3-year-old fillies races can be a little bit misleading when you get over a bit of ground, but she just looks all class to me.
She's a star of the future.
No doubt about it. She could be a Caulfield Cup sort of filly or mare. I must say, the Lasquetti Spirit, on a day that wasn't set up for...
1 second, Exospheric and Happy Clapper for the minors if you're taking trifectas.
All right, well, very, very long while, and I've never heard a crowd physically cheer a horse as it comes into the mounting yard, as they did today. So you'd have to say there, you could have had $1.80 when we put the markets up last year before nominations. Great.
And there... Years ago on this day?
Yeah, it was 2 years ago this day in the Oaks. Good old gust of wind.
And it's time to join Darren Flindell for the $4 million Queen Elizabeth.
Grand final of Australian racing, the Queen Elizabeth Stakes. Racing. And Winx jumped as well as anything. Hartnell jumped well off the inside, but no doubts pushing on from the outside. Happy Clappers going forward as well. So it's on Hartnell. He is. He's put the United States 3 deep. So there'll be no hard luck stories for Hartnell today. Then Happy Clapper. Winx is out 3 wide. She's starting to inch a little bit closer on the outside of Exospheric. Then Sense of Occasion singing. And Harlem's back last. No doubt in front. Hartnell. He's having his 7th clash with the great mare today. And Doyle's the first to make the move on Hartnell. Gets a length in front of the United States, but here she comes around the field of Winx. Bowman hasn't moved a muscle. Doyle has on Hartnell. Here she comes, Winx. Moves up on the outside of Hartnell. Then the United States and Happy Clapper. But away she goes now, Winx, in the Queen Elizabeth Stakes. She's put 2 lengths on Hartnell. Then Exospheric, Sense of Occasion. She's racing royalty, this mare. There's 17 in a row. The grandstand shaking. She wins it by about 4.5 to Hartnell. Sense of Occasion third. Bowman hasn't moved a muscle. Doyle has on Hartnell. Here she comes, Winx. Moves up on the outside of Hartnell. Then the United States and Happy Clapper. But away she goes now, Winx, in the Queen Elizabeth Stakes. She's put 2 lengths on Hartnell. Then Exospheric, Sense of Occasion. She's racing well. Aussie, this mare. There's 17 in a row. The grandstand shaking. She wins it by about 4.5 to Hartnell. Sense of Occasion third, the United States fourth, followed then by Happy Clapper. Good margin back.
Listen to the crowd.
To say anymore, she's just that magnificent, Hugh.
She's just so dominant. You know what, it was down, but honestly, I think when she gets in a high-pressure race where, you know, there's a lot of pace from the start, like there was in last year's Foxplay, that's when you see the best of her. But what a supreme athlete she is, and what an honour it is just to be a part of her career.
It's once-in-a-lifetime stuff. You buy through fourth against second was
appeal of Winx, and it was just great yesterday that the margin, she's a margin job giraffe, isn't she? She's just a big margin champion, isn't she? And yesterday was another walloping margin, and the reaction from the crowd, everything was perfect for the signing off of the championship.
And we're starting to see the
Winx, and I think that's why we're now continuing to ask the question of whether she's the greatest ever, because a lot of the greats that we compare her to over the years weren't beating good horses by massive margins, were they? They weren't putting space jobs like she does.
And that's the thing, we just don't know if the Black Caviar there is our all-time leader in 15. So Winx now is up and eyeballing Manicato. Goodbye to Lonhro and So You Think. Sunline and Tie the Knot next. Row and So You Think. Sunline and Tie the Knot next. Kingston Town, Black Caviar. And then you look at this winning streak. She's there on 17 if she... I mean, we're getting ahead of ourselves, but you go the 4 again. Maybe this time next year, we're talking about 25.
There's just no horse who in that bracket, unless something unfortunate happens to her or an unfortunate situation in race, she simply can't be beaten.
No, there's nothing...
Leave myself too much ground, but you can see here, she just, you know, coasts up, and she's a special athlete, there's no doubt about it.
It's traditional for you to sort of just edge up on the point of the turn with her without putting pressure on her and just have them in sight. That's a thing that you've got her doing.
Well, look, for me, it's not really about reality.
Do you think...
That's my personal opinion.
Do you think she could win an Everest? If she was set for it?
If he set her for it and trained her up for it, I believe she could, yes.
Chris, do you reckon you'll never get the chance, but do you reckon if you set her for a Melbourne Cup, given her right weight, could she win a Melbourne Cup?
She could, for sure.
Melbourne Cup at 2 Mile, he says yes. Here we are talking about, you know, a Kingston Town Tulloch type of scenario.
A legitimate champion.
Yeah.
A real champ.
First of the Coolmore Classic winner, Heavens Above, for Timmy Martin, ran second in the race last year. It's 8 out to 10, into $7.50, and it's pretty quiet away from it. Foxplay 7 out to $7.50, back into $7.
Yeah, good betting.
Bell that only be about 6 covering the big field on the turn, and First Seal being cuddled just from Silence Edition. Danish Twist seeing plenty of daylight, so's El Lure as the leaders go to the middle of the track. Dixie Blossoms being shoved on further back to Foxplay, 400 out. It's First Seal just in front of Silence Edition, then Dixie Blossoms and Danish Twist. First Seal still in front. Silence Edition, she's in for the fight on the inside. Silence Edition going to First Seal. Dixie Blossoms first play. They're heading top gear now. Foxplay and Dixie Blossoms. Zambar with the last shot. Foxplay hits the lead from the fast finishing Zambar, and Foxplay takes it out. Foxplay beats Zambar. Dixie Blossoms third in front of Silence Edition. Oregon's Day hit the line late. Then came Euro Angel. First Seal ran out of puff the last 100, then Real Love from Diamond Mud.
Combined with Foxplay, one of only 2 3-year-olds in the race, and she becomes the 13th 3-year-old filly to win the race. 7.10 and 2.50. Zambar out of its skin for second at $7.
Who wants to be involved? You. Done. So it's pretty quick.
How many Group 1s for you?
Ones at Morfordville, Schweppes Oaks for $500,000, and the market sees Canedna as the favourite at $3. The only other one in single figures is Chris Waller, Karen McAvoy and Egg Tart, number 5 at $3.70.
Seemingly okay. Canedna, it's well back on the inside, and Egg Tart's behind it. They're fourth and second last, running up to the turn where Tiffany's Lass Giving a Sight led the way. Sebring Dream was second, then Toffee Nose, Sort of Light, deeper outwards with a bit of dash. Harlow Gold coming wide with Pretty Punk. Canedna's trying to get through with Egg Tart. Tiffany's Lass led, Sebring Dream, Sort of Light going for a run. Canedna getting up on the fence. Egg Tart's run up behind them. Tiffany's Lass led, Canedna getting getting up on the fence. Sebring Dream. Egg Tart joins in. Canedna up on the fence. Egg Tart wider. Anna Royale late. Canedna, Egg Tart, Egg Tart. Karen McAvoy wins the Oaks. Egg Tart. Canedna's trying to get through with Egg Tart. Tiffany's last led. Sebring Dream. Sort of light going for a run. Canedna getting up on the fence. Egg Tart's run up behind them. Tiffany's last led. Canedna getting up on the fence. Sebring Dream. Egg Tart joins in. Canedna up on the fence. Egg Tart wider. Anna Royale late. Canedna, Egg Tart, Egg Tart. Karen McAvoy wins the Oaks. Egg Tart nailed Canedna. Third home was Anna Royale. Behind those then, Sedanza G. Tiffany's last. Did it not run? Egg Tart, Karen McAvoy comes home and wins the Oaks.
They're up as we take you to our next venue, Horsham.
It was there. And she comes now, once she gets out, she's got that little bit of turn of speed that good stayers need. And look, although there was nothing between them on the line, and I think that they're both very good fillies, so be interesting to see if Egg Tart can go all the way through to Brisbane now that she's had a bit of a grand final there, but she was...
Well, Villa ahead of the Group 1, the Goodwood. I refer to the fact that it used to be...
Favourite, because if you can find something and go away from them, often they stifle the market and you get a little bit... It does produce some nice runs fresh.
Number 8, Regis.
Darley good. Serious lad, and Lope DiCaprio now went back last. Fardanar's in front, coming around the home turn. Led narrowly here, Fardanar, as they swing into the home straight. Moving up on the inside was Riz, is right behind this leader. Vega Magic's right up there. Blackheart Bart's climbing over their backs. Miss Rock joins in with Sweet Cherry. Secret Agenda looking for a run. They're down inside the 200-metre mark. It's Miss Rock moving up now. It's Miss Rock taking the lead. Going with it, Vega Magic. Secret Agenda bursting through. Running on Casino Wizard, Vega Magic in front, Vega Magic from the West wins first up for Lindsay Park and wins here from Miss Rock second, Casino Wizard, what a run. Secret Agenda close up with Santa Ana Lane, Blackheart Bart, Hey Doc, Lope DiCaprio, then...
I reckon he'd be an ideal horse for the Everest. And so, you know, there might be someone out there who's got a ticket that might want to share with us.
So we're throwing that out there, somebody needs to...
Celebrating earlier today, Extra Zero in its 100th career start. It's such...
Her time's out very wide, counter attack, a length and a half to Fell Swoop, Darren Rebel Dane, and Takedown is last about 9 lengths off. Red Zell has got a share of the lead here with Upstart Pride. Third the inside, Russian Revolution. Next the outside there is Start Wondering. Out 3 wide is In Her Time. Japanismo, Music Magnate, Fell Swoop out very wide. Counter attack the Monstar, Takedown Darren, and the last one Rebel Dane out very wide. They've got 500 metres left to go, and Red Zell the leader from Upstart Pride. Third Russian Revolution. Fourth is In Her Time, who's been deep. Likewise Fell Swoop, and next one Start Wondering, and Japanismo's over on the inside. 300 metres left to go. Red Zell the leader. Plenty of room for Russian Revolution to come through. In Her Time, counter attack down the outside from Start Wondering. Red Zell is still the leader. Russian Revolution over on the inside. Later's counter attack. Red Zell's in front. Darren flashing late as well from counter attack. Red Zell's in front from counter attack. Darren, and Red Zell's won the 10,000. One up by half a length, counter attack, and Darren a photo fourth. Russian Revolution, In Her Time, Start Wondering. Takedown Japanismo, Fell Swoop, Rebel Dane, Upstart. Takedown Japanismo, Fell Swoop.
Number 6, Red Zell has taken out the James Bogues Premium DB 10,000.
Set now, gates open, racing in the sires. Mashani Bullet, Ruby Redheart both began well, and Melody Bell is right up there with Ours to Keep, and Pirata is handy as well. Also third is Ruby Redheart. Fourth the inside there is Melody Bell, being passed by Taking Aim on the outside. All two Hoying is a further 3 lengths away. Mashani Bullet's over on the inside. Pirata's out wider, and then coming Tangled. St. Passe on Fleur. Capital Gain third last from Eminent, and Champ Elected dropped out last of all, about 3 lengths away. 450 metres left to go. Malahat the leader on the sides from Taking Aim. Next placing is Ours to Keep over on the inside. Melody Bell is starting to loom large on the outside. The widest there is KG Phoenix. In Pirata is the next one. It's Taking Aim being collared on the outside by Melody Bell, and shortly afterward the Kiwi went for home. Melody Bell shot 2.5 lengths in front from Taking Aim. Pirata is the next one, but it's all Melody Bell with 100 metres left to go. It's racing clear with the size, 5 lengths in front, and Melody Bell Melody Bell bolts in, 5 lengths taking aim. Pirata third, Photo for St Patrick's Day capital gain. Next in, followed by Shower's Shadow, Eminent Champ Elect Noble Hustler, and ours to keep out the last one to greet the judge. Melody Bell has bolted in the size. Number 14, the winner. Opie Bosson for Steve Autridge and Jamie Richards.
Swoop around them on your own with no real card into the race. Jungle Edge did his thing. He went forward. He controlled the race, and he was on a fit backup horse. He went for home. A bit harder to do at Eagle Farm than it is at Doomben, but he's run very bravely again. So no reason to say, look at this. This is weight for age, mind you, and this horse clearly innocent. You know, in a handicap would have 53 in a race like this. So he's the name on everyone's lips now, and probably a deserved Stradbroke favourite. He's set up his form here. All favouritism. Counter-attack. Well, he had the wood on counter-attack. He had the wood on Jungle Edge. Blackheart Bart.
Race number 4 there. Start the quaddie of the next. Race number 7 at Doomben. Here comes the big one of the afternoon. The Group 1 Queensland Oaks over the 2,200 metres after the shift from Eagle Farm. $500,000. The favourite at $3. $3.80 for Dawnwall, the stablemate. Anna Royale at $8.50. Canedna, who we were just watching on screen there, at $9. Egg Tart Brass looking to do the Schweppes Oaks, Queensland Oaks double.
Yeah, thought she could do.
Bella, 1,000 metres from their judge. Invincibella's out by length and a half. Blanco Cara out 3 wide. Strides up into second. Back to third is Isn't She Elegant. Fourth is Cross Stitch, and 3 lengths Shenandoah, who's over on the inside of Mia Rosa. A further break of 4 lengths away to Baser over on the inside of Dawn Wall. Perilous Lovers worked. Oklahoma Girl is next. Egg Tart on the outside creeping forward. Anna Royale's over on the inside. Cadena's back about 4th last. 3rd last on the outside. Sharp Speedo from Pygmy 2nd last. And Kieran dropped out last of all. 500 metres left to go. Invincibella still just in front from Blanco Cara. Isn't She Elegant? Cross Stitch over on the inside. Shenandoah's over on the rail there. Mia Rosa have peeled out. And Dawn Wall and Egg Tart towards the outside of the 300 metres mark. Invincibella is still the leader from Cross Stitch. Isn't She Elegant? Oklahoma Girl, Shenandoah. Here's Egg Tart down the outside. She's finishing brilliantly, Egg Tart. She's raced up and reached the lead from Oklahoma Girl. Egg Tart's in front, and it's Egg Tart for the Oaks. It's a photo second between out wide Pygmy flashing at Oklahoma Girl. A further photo fourth, Canedna up there with Invincibella. It's a brilliant win to Egg Tart in the Oaks. Number 2, the winner. For Canedna up there with Invincibella, Cross Stitch, Anna Royale.
Is Egg Tart the real deal, Duff?
Well, it's pretty hard to win 6 from your last 6 starts. So there's something about her. Everyone wants to compare her with Winx speed. And only a turn of speed of a really good horse can really put them away in about 4 or 5 bounds. And away she goes. I thought she was absolutely sensational here.
Now next is the second of the Group 1s from Doomben over the 2,200 metres this year, of course, is the Queensland Derby. Number 2 as they step out onto the track. Ruthven's the favourite for Huey Bowman at $3.50 fix, $3.90 tote.
Is third. Next on the outside there is Ruthven. He's away from the rail. He's creeping forward on the outside, the favourite. He's up to third placing now, 2.5 lengths away to Here He Comes. About to take off as Rockstar Rebel violates over on the inside as they pack up somewhat. Shocking Luck getting away from the inside. Mongolian Wolf likewise, and Anna Royale makes her run up and around the outside. 400 metres from the judge, and the favourite Ruthven has reached the lead now. Got away by about 2 lengths. Rockstar Rebel goes into second. Woogok's over on the inside. Here He Comes is still there, but Ruthven went by the 250. The favourite's about 4 lengths in front. The favourite in the Derby's well clear. Going into second. On the outside is Rockstar Rebel. Anna Royale down the outside, but it's all Ruthven with 100 metres left to go. It's 4 lengths in front, and Ruthven's going to make the Derby one act affair. Ruthven trots in by 4 lengths. Second, Rockstar Rebel. Third, Anna Royale. Fourth in was Violate, just ahead of Here He Comes and Volatile Mix. Sizzling Bullet last of all. Well, the favourite's romped in the Derby. It's romped in Ruthven, number 2. Hugh Bowman for Kieran Marr.
Huey Bowman has had a season to remember. Group 1 win in Australia, number 13. His first Queensland Derby. And Ruthven, Kieran Marr the trainer, and Huey Bowman. That is what you call a one-act affair from start to finish.
Last time we were at Doomben, you won a Stradbroke, and you've done a Derby now.
Yeah, no, it's super. It was a great effort by the team to keep, it's his 3rd Derby, this horse, and, it's a great effort to keep him up.
and says, OK, I've had my rest, I'm off, I'm gone. And it was just a total demolition. I couldn't really find any excuses, anything behind him there. You got Rockstar Rebel running on, which he's happy, and no, the market got it right. He landed big bets.
Yeah, sure did. Huge, heavily backed, wasn't he? And we could see him down in Sydney just hammered all week.
Top of the ground here today.
Yeah, not disgraced on a testing track when first up in 49 days. Back to dry and for the first time.
Company with Gold Symphony. Kaepernick's over on the inside of Impending. Clearly Innocent had to go back to second last on the outside. And Darren last of all, about 9 lengths off Jungle Edge. They're led by a length and a quarter from Burning Front. Hofgarten. Next is Good Project. In her time out wide, strides up a length and a half to Hooked on the outside. Regace has been very wide. McIntosh inside Ullman. Next on the outside, Gold Symphony from Impending. Counter-attacks over on the inside. Egyptian Symbol losing ground, being passed by Clearly Innocent on the outside. And the final couple are Darren and Kaepernick at the 400 metres mark. Jungle Edge, Burning Front in her time, goes up to make a line of 3. Hofgarten's over on the inside. Good Project gets out. McIntosh over on the inside, but in her time at the 250, led by a length and a half. Impending out of the pack down the outside. Good Project is still there. In her time's in front. Impending on the outside with 100 metres left to go. Late Clearly Innocent, but it's Impending reaching the lead near the line, and Impending's won the Stradbroke from In Her Time, and Clearly Innocent gets out. McIntosh over on the inside, but in her time at the 250, led by a length and a half. Impending out of the pack down the outside. Good Project is still there. In her time's in front. Impending on the outside with 100 metres left to go. Late Clearly Innocent, but it's Impending reaching the lead near the line, and Impending's won the Stradbroke from In Her Time, and Clearly Innocent. Fourth in counter attack, and then Good Project from Burning Front. Egyptian Symbol, Jungle Edge, Regace was last. It's Impending Stradbroke. Number 16, the winner. Corey Brown for Darren Beedman. Darren's biggest win as a trainer, no doubts. Stradbroke. What about the run of In Her Time? 3 wide, shot to the front, but has been run down late, and Clearly Innocent has done a wonderful job. Had to go back, of course, from the gate, and he's run home into third placing.
Only been a trainer for a short period of time, and it's about to come to an end when James Cummings takes over Godolphin. But the Hall of Fame jockey, one of the great...
In Her Time, very, very brave. This 3-year-old Impending got the reward he probably deserved in the long run, Duff.
Yeah, look, well, it's been his first dry track run for I don't know how long, and, you know, they've been raving how well he's going. I had something on his previous start in the Kingsford Smith. He wasn't hopeless there, but he'd just been set up beautifully for this race. He found that 4 deep with cover run, and after this very brave filly In Her Time had really done it tough. 3 deep, 4 deep, no turn. Her effort was, the more I look at it, was amazing. Clearly Innocent into it, and it just took him a while to warm up, and he was great late, but, you know, he had the 57 and... the other horses had the lightweight, 53.
Well, here is how everyone fared during the year. At the top of the board anyway, Chris Waller does it again for the 5th year. Leading Group 1 winning trainer. No one's ever done that before. Darren Weird again. And Huey Bowman, well, you can actually put an asterisk next to that 13 and add 3 more to it because he rode 3 in Hong Kong, so 16 for the year. Karen McAvoy, 9, and Damien Lane and Brad Rulli. At the top of the board anyway, Chris Waller does it again for the 5th year. Leading Group 1 winning trainer. No one's ever done that before. Darren Weird again. And Huey Bowman, well, you can actually put an asterisk next to that 13 and add 3 more to it because he rode 3 in Hong Kong, so 16 for the year. Karen McAvoy, 9, and Damien Lane and Brad Rulli.